Alright, so today I'm actually going to go over the topic of licensing and why I use Microsoft Security Essentials. But first I'm going to do a quick little overview and what Microsoft Security Essentials is. Microsoft Security Essentials is an antivirus that's built into the operating system now. There's Windows Vista and Windows 7, 32, and 64, but you actually for some reason they don't have the XP version on here, but you're actually going to go ahead and download a special version for XP. I don't know if it's different or not, but here's the XP if you were interested right there. So you can go zip over to File Hippo if you're interested for getting it on your XP machine. But if you have an XP machine, I think it's time to upgrade to at least 7 now that Windows 8's around the corner. But anyway, so yeah, on their main website they have two versions, the 7 and the Vista, 32 and 64-bit, and here are the specifications: 500 megahertz or 256 megabytes of RAM, XP, blah blah. So it's a fairly light program. I use it on my clients' PCs all the time, and the only reason I use Microsoft Security Essentials is because of the licensing agreement. I actually went ahead and read all of the licensing agreements and highlighted some of the important parts. If you have your own business, you're allowed to use it up to 10 devices or 10 computers. There are some restrictions to it, and the only restrictions I found on it is you are not allowed to use it on government or academic institutions, which would be universities and schools for some reason. I don't know why. The only trade-off in order to use this software is a Microsoft Security Essentials is going to check if the operating system is a legit copy of Windows 7 or Vista or XP. So it's going to do the Windows activation WAT, I believe. I'm not too sure, but something along those lines. It's going to go ahead and do it. Another restriction is you're not allowed to resell it or sell it. So you can't go ahead and burn it on a copy on a CD and sell it to your client. You just can't do that. That's limitation. So you're allowed to make as many copies as you want, as long as you're within the limitations, and you're allowed to use it on commercial services, on commercial hosting services, which means you can actually go ahead, if you're running your own web server and you're actually making money on a web-based environment, like let's say you have a website and you're making money off of that, but you need to protect your server from malware, you're allowed to use it. Now that we went over Microsoft Security Essentials, I'm going to go ahead and go back to File Hippo and show you why I choose Microsoft Essentials over any other free antivirus. So if you're a person that's pretty good, but you're only allowed to use it for your own personal use. You're not allowed to install it on other people's computer, on clients' computers if you're making money off of it. Avast is the same way. See right here, it's non-commercial freeware, so you can go ahead and use it for yourself, but you can't install it on your client's PCs. I don't know about AVG. I don't know if there's some sort of limitations. I actually have to go ahead and look into their license agreement. Let me go ahead and just pause the video and check it out. I'll be right back. Oops. Alright, so I just finished reading the license agreement for the AVG 2012 free edition, and the first line means personal, non-commercial purposes in case of the software AVG and some of their free products that they offer. So that's one of the reasons why I do not use AVG free, because it's not allowed to use it. The license states that you're not allowed to use it. I mean, if you get caught and stuff like that, you just don't want to get involved with any of that stuff. So it's just stay within the boundaries of the license agreement, and that's why I use Microsoft Security Essentials. And just to sum up again, the reason I use Microsoft Security Essentials is because the license agreement allows me to go ahead and install it on the computers of my clients. I do not use Microsoft Security Essentials because it's special or it has some sort of magical feature or it's something that separates it from the rest. All these free antivirus are basically the same. They vary between performance and so on and so forth, but it's basically the same. And Microsoft Security Essentials is pretty lightweight anyway, so it's pretty good. But like I say, always pay for your antivirus. And 3, open source does not mean it's free to use and free to make money off. So you gotta make sure you read the agreements and so on and so forth. So that's basically it. And hopefully you learned something, and hopefully I save some of you guys that are watching some headache if you do run into some issues. But that's basically it, and thanks for watching.